Happy Thursday. Hi, everyone. Y'all know me, but she's Chrissy.
And she's Sissy. She's Sissy.
Yeah, and this is y'all. Don't mind us. Yes, we are here. Yeah, we're Chrissy and Sissy. We're here though. For a sister talk. Yeah,
Haven't done a
don't
sister talk
whoop
in a
us.
while. It's been a
We haven't
while.
done a sister talk in a while, but Chrissy felt the need, and then I didn't think about it. But I'm like, we do have this platform, and we are here to share, our 2 cents on, as you can tell by the title, um, Kirk Franklin and his son, and the whole recording of that. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna tackle a few things today, and just about it because you can kind of get lost on the timeline with everybody different posts, but for those people who are not saved or that are young in the church or um nobody has made it that yet, but if you have your own opinion, we just want to use our platform to shed some light on it. Um but let's start here, sis. I'm gonna navigate us.
Go ahead.
When the message came out, because I think it was last Sunday
This last
or
week, I'm not sure if it was Sunday.
last week. So when the message came out that Kirk Franklin's son, won't even name his name, um, showed the footage of his dad saying some profane language to his son. We only caught a snippet of recording. What
Mm-hmm.
were your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts was, well, where's the rest of it?
There we go.
What else happened? Being a mom of three adult girls, 30, 26, and 27. Um, I was like, okay, so what's the rest of it? Because just me being a Kirk Franklin fan, I'm like, okay, something else happened. Something else happened. How what happened? Was the son being ungrateful? Was the son trying to get him to do something? What happened? And then when Kirk said, "Don't you never disrespect me," I was like, okay, here we go with the disrespect with you. And I can just speak from being a being saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled in the church, um, evangelist, youth leader, um, and I can speak from being um, also not married to my children's dad, um, and different things that I've heard other people say, like Brian McKnight spoke out about one point with his sons being ungrateful. Ricky Smiley spoke out about him raising children that's not his, and how he's uh, purchased several cars, and then once he decided that he wanted them to stand on their own, how they wanted to go against him. So Steve Harvey spoke out. I mean, I've just been watching all of this, and everybody has said the same thing, and it really broke my heart when I saw the video of Kurt and his wife on what's her name, Tamron.
Tamron.
Cameron, when I saw that video, how he was just sitting there, and at that point, he was not the energetic Kirk that I'm used to seeing. He was just sitting there, and he was so broken and so hurt, and I just wanted to just hug him and just say to him, "No weapon formed against you, Kirk, shall prosper. The devil tried to set it up. It's not going to work. Your character is fine. You're still dynamic in my eyesight. You're still a child of God in my eyesight. I have no, to me, it did nothing to your character, nothing. But what broke my heart was the fact that for his son to try that, and then I was not aware that he had tried these things several times in the media, um, to try to just to try to damage his father's character. And Kurt was saying in the interview that he didn't tell about the counseling, other things that he has done to try to mend that relationship between them and try to um, just help him and and so on and so forth and so forth. He did not tell that Kirk had even reached out to the family counselor, and the family counselor was actually on the line trying to diffuse the situation before it got to that point. But as you said, Kirk, if I could get a message directly to him, as you said in the video, in the interview, that you're human, that you're human, and we're just living every day serving a perfect God, you know. But I just encourage you. It is so heartbreaking, and I don't know the I don't know what other people have said, but from everything that I've read and the videos that I've seen, but I'm pretty sure there are some negative words out there, which we're just going to overlook. We're going to do as Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we're going to go high. So we're not going to worry about what people say, because people are going to have something to say regardless. And people are always looking, but we are humans. We're not perfect parents, but we are parents that love our children. And I believe that um, the whole thing behind Kirk Franklin blowing up like that is because of everything that he has done, not only for that child, but for all of his children, everything that he's done. And for you to be ungrateful and for you to disrespect me, then at some point, Kirk has to say, just like I have to say, yes, I'm saved. Yes, I'm in the church, but I'm your mom and I'm a woman. And what you're not going to do is you're not going to talk to me like I'm on your level, like I'm one of your homies. That's what you're not going to do. And the things that I do for you at your age is because I love you and because I choose to do them. But I have raised you and I have provided for you and I have taught you the way. So technically, at this point, you're on your own. But for Kirk to still say, and for his wife to say, talk about the counselor that they've tried, and then even even the young man's mom even spoke out and said and said that when Kirk called her at that hour, she knew that something was wrong. And I just applaud that relationship that they still have when concerning their children, concerning their son rather. When he called at that hour, and she told him, she said that she immediately sent a text message to her son, and she said that she was not going to let Kirk go down in the media like that. Um, and then what I will say is that we as praying people, we do recognize the enemy. That's exactly what the enemy does. The enemy gives a snippet of your mistakes. The enemy does not tell the whole story, but his desire is to destroy you. But Kirk Franklin needs to know that he has just like a team of parents of adults behind him. And we understand you, Kirk, and we love you, and we embrace you in this moment. And we're continuing to lift you up in this hour, in this season. I mean, sometimes being a parent my grandmother used to say to me all the time, because when I had my girls and they were little, I would dress all three of them alike, and I was just loving on them and hugging them and just babying them. And she said, yeah, they're on your lap right now and you're loving them and you think that they're so cute, but after a while, they're going to be on your heart. So she was telling me that they're always going to be your children, and it's going to be mistakes that's going to be made, and then they're going to do things that you don't like, things that you don't necessarily agree with. She was like kind of like warning me, but she just had like a weird way of, she never would say, that they're going to turn against you, or they're going to tell you that they hate you, or they're going to try to embarrass you in public. She never would say that. But as I've grown and as my children have grown, I've learned those things. And sometimes it's very hard to swallow. And and then I just really just, my heart goes out to Kurt, and and I'm in no please. I mean I literally cried because I could feel his pain for me to see him in that state. And his wife, bless her sweetheart, she was right there beside on his side with her hand on his lap, rubbing his leg the entire time. I could just really see what great support that she's been during this time. Sis, you got something that you want to say? Because I can go on. I mean,
But
I'm
it's, I
old
think
fashioned. I'm like, where's my switch? If I could get to him 33 and
it's
on.
it's really needed because me being of a different generation, um, I saw, of course, millennials, we make fun of stuff. So it was a lot of like little jokes about, okay, it's about to be a revolution. Kirk Franklin said he was about to stomp, he was about
Mm-hmm.
to stomp on him. And imagine me being your, because you know all his. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of that. But
Mm-hmm.
then as a Christian, being a parent, I see, you know, it was parents came to defense of like, uh-uh, no, children can make you get there like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go come from him.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a millennial, we are the fact of we're not about to cancel because we're in the season of a lot of things getting canceled.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dr. Seuss and Pepe, soon to probably be Johnny Bravo. You got all these things people trying to cancel because a certain generation is so sensitive to everything. A certain group of people are so sensitive to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still allowing music that is derogatory to still be played on the airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm not gonna cancel that, I'm not gonna cancel this because
Mm-hmm.
society is not here to parent you. The parent is supposed to raise up the child,
Mm-hmm.
not the TV, not
Mm-hmm.
the phone, not
Mm-hmm.
the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a society of they're canceling everything. What we not gonna do is cancel Kirk Franklin for
No.
cussing out his son
Mm-mm.
when Pastor do dot 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 sins have been also put on Front Street. They asked
Okay.
for forgiveness. The
Mm-hmm.
church forgave them, but then they did it again. That's what we not gonna do. And those
That's what
are
we're not gonna
shepherds.
do.
And from my understanding, I don't think Kirk Franklin is a pastor. Is
Mm-mm.
he?
I don't
Is
think.
he? Y'all have to tell us in the comments because I never.
I don't say I
You
don't know if
know,
he's a pastor.
you
And
know he's a pastor,
even
but
if he is,
even if he is, my whole thing, my whole point of the matter is he's not apologizing for. He took that up with God for what he said out his mouth. He took that up
right.
with God. He's not asking for your forgiveness, but because there are people that don't know Christ, but they know Kirk Franklin, who Kirk
Mm-hmm.
Franklin is helping them to lead them to Christ. That's what he's talking about. But that person who was always on the fence and they looked at Kirk Franklin as a role model, that's why he had to come up and say, I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. I did X, Y, Z with my son. I just had a moment. And as Christians, we have all had moments.
Head
I
mom.
commend him for realizing his faults and not saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let the parents, Chris has already pointed that out. Let the parents come out and defend and tell y'all it ain't his fault. Let me tell you, because I got children that have made me go there too. But if
Mm-hmm.
he is apologizing and talking about what he did on the Tamron show, he's talking about that for that reason. And I automatically understood it's because I know people are following me. I don't
Follow.
want them to backslide. And I can
Mm-hmm.
appreciate him noticing he's wrong and getting on public television and saying, I'm wrong, I'm human.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize and going on. When you got some people who wrong, they children all over the place. I'm not even gonna go there, but they children all doing X, Y, and Z and have not confronted to that child. Oh, well, my child need to be like this. They need to do this. They need to do this. No, because you need to realize when your child is hurting and when they do need an apology. Even with
Mm-hmm.
my students, I'm an adult. I'm not right all the time. Sometimes the child needs you to say, I apologize. And not as millennials say, parents apologize. Well, you want something to eat? We need to have these conversations, not just in the
Right.
Christian community, but in the Black Christian community, because we have been taught don't ask questions, don't ask why. But
Right.
I could apply Kirk Franklin for saying, I'm getting counseling with my son, I'm doing this. We have had a hiccup in the road. We
Mm-hmm.
have had a hiccup. But I'm trying counseling. He has to admit when he wrong. And for that moment, for what his son was saying, and his son coerced him into doing that because you knew what to say to trigger your dad to get him
Premeditated.
to record it to try to set him out. So I can appreciate the family surrounding him and kind of point at the blame. And I just my prayer is that wound gets healed because parents do their best. They're doing their absolute best and they're not perfect. I think sometimes some of my friends have had children when I think one of my friends' mom had them when they was like 25. I'm
Mm-hmm.
26. I can't imagine having a 1-year old. I make mistakes on my own self. I make mistakes in my classroom when I'm teaching. So
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine when you're responsible for somebody's actual life, not learning, not teaching them this one specific thing, but you're responsible for their life. We bound to mess up. We bound to fall. But my prayer is that his son, his heart gets mended. And we only know, and we're gonna point all back to God, that only God can do that. So Kirk,
Right.
you done all you can and you working on to do more than you can, but it's a God thing and God's gonna have to touch his heart. And that's all I have to say.
Well, awesome. And and again, I got this alfalfa thing going on. But again, I would just like to say that to all to Kurt Franklin's fans, to the ones that to the people that he has led to Christ, please don't get it, twisted that, we're all sinners saved by grace. Just because I'm 51 today, videos viewing. Happy birthday, me. Okay, just because I'm 51 today, don't take it for granted. I have not always been Evangelist Christina Knox. I have not. I have been Chris. I have been um, several people, several, the same. I have been in the world. I have been in the world. I know. And just because I've been saved for 30 years, 35 years, I have not forgotten those words. I'm still human. And then sometimes, as Monique said, oh, my girl, Monique. Monique is just 100. As Monique said, sometimes you don't understand. Sometimes our adult children don't understand. All right, sweetie, precious darling heart, mama praying for you. Go sit down and let it go. Leave mama alone. Now you don't talk to your mama like that, baby. Sometimes they don't understand that, and sometimes our adult children, they take that as a sign of weakness. They take that as a sign of weakness because sometimes if they're on the rampage about God, I have one that's on the rampage sometimes about God knows what. But at the same, she's on the rampage sometimes about God knows what, and I have to get with her. But she is the one that is always she thinks that she's my protector. She thinks that she has to like watch over me, just make sure that don't nobody else harms me, and I can't voice it and I can't handle it. So sometimes I have to get with her on her level, letting her know, hey, look, sit down, shut up, stop, cut it out. You know, sometimes we have to go there with our adult children. Everybody is not a sissy. Everybody's not a sissy. And when I say that, it would be a blessing to have a daughter that's a sissy. But sometimes, we have our children that have issues. Sissy's not perfect.
All right.
Sissy's not perfect. Sissy has had her moments.
Yeah,
Her
we need to get
moments.
our moms on here to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about it.
Sissy has had her moments um where my mother, her her mom, had to call me and say, I don't know what's going on. She's never spoken like that to me. So I know that there's something else. There's something else going on with her, you know. And Sissy had to have that moment where she had to like really like be transparent and say, well, Mom, hey, look, I had a breaking point. My dad passed, my sister passed, and I felt like that I couldn't mourn the way that I wanted to mourn. So she had that. So everybody has those moments. Okay. So we're gonna end it because I'm getting all overly emotional.
Yeah.
Over
But Kirk Franklin,
But
we
Kirk,
love you. We love you. We love you. Oh, yeah.
we love you.
Yeah.
And you know, come to Birmingham, Kirk. Come to Birmingham so I can come
After
see you.
COVID.
Dance around with them little suits on. I love those little suits.
Hey. No.
And Jonathan thinks that he's baby Kirk.
Oh, he do. He do. No, he kind of look like him too.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Keep that head shade. If you keep that head shade, if you get a little, yep, and then he gonna boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. I ain't gonna play the music because YouTube
Don't do
copyright and stuff.
Yeah, but my 15-year-old son still admires you, and he said that you had to do as a man, and that's from 15. You know,
Oh, that's sweet.
that's from a man. So you have not lost anything here. Anything here at the Knox Estate.
Yeah.
Chrissy and Sissy Central. We still love you. And we're praying for you. Okay.
We're praying for you. We love you. On that note, have a great day, everyone.